This is 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. I want to start by saying all praises, all honor, and all glory unto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. SHALAWAAM, CHASAADYAM, Barakyam. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto all of you according to RAWCHAA, to the BAYATH, DAWADA, to the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahawah, which means He exists, that He is to be. The true name of the Son is YAHAWASHI, which means He's the deliverer. Okay, so back in 2 Timothy 3 and 1, we're going to look at this word, perilous. Okay, because that's exactly the world that we live in right now. Okay, so you look up the word.
Strong's G 5467. Chalepas. Chalepas.
The word is halepas, which means harsh, fierce, savage, troublesome. Okay, and that's the world around you when you step out your doors. Hell, while you inside your doors, there's nowhere safe here in Babylon the Great, good old USA under Satan's authority. Okay, and I found this article through the Spirit. This is from zeroheads.com. It says it's like the purge. Murder records are being shattered all over America, and next year could be even worse. Right, we're just under about 3, maybe 4 weeks until the year 2022. And you can expect everything to kick into high gear. Okay, you can expect everything to kick into higher gear next year. Okay, you can expect the murder rate records of this year to be shattered next year. You can expect more judgment on you wicked Eves and you wicked niggas. You can expect the curses to be put on you Edomites and you different heathens. Okay, more of the elect members will be sealed if they're not already sealed. Okay, and more prophecies are going to come to pass, man. We're hastening the day. It says, it is often said that life imitates art, and these days that is particularly true on the mean streets of our major cities. Violent criminals just keep getting more brazen, and murder rates are soaring all over the nation. As you will see below, one official in Los Angeles is actually comparing what is now happening to a horror movie that came out a number of years ago called The Purge. And what they do with these movies is they put a lot of truth in them. They actually show you future events or what they would like to happen in the future. They put it in these movies. Okay, which is why the Apostle Tahar, did a beautiful video on the I Am Legend, and could a similar situation happen, something to that effect. Okay, and pretty much it could very well happen, because you got right now in some places gas prices are almost $6. In that movie, it showed you the gas prices in New York City, which is where he was $6. But on the West Coast right now, it's almost at that price. Okay, you got people coming out, you got the CDC coming out and telling you, how to prepare for a zombie apocalypse. And you also got it stated, and I believe in Amazon's terms, man. Okay, so what do they know? What's happening out here, or what's getting ready to happen? Okay, we can only use it out, we can read the scriptures, but it's going to be 10 times worse than how we can read it to you, man, because it says a day like no other. That's what's coming. Okay, but in that movie, violent criminals only had one night each year to run wild. Unfortunately, in America today, they're running wild every single night. Perhaps some of you think I'm exaggerating, and so let's look at some hard numbers. At this point, there are 12 U.S. large cities that have already broken their all-time murder records for an entire year. At least 12 major U.S. cities have broken annual homicide records in 2021, and there's still 3 weeks to go in the year. Of the dozen cities that have already surpassed the grim milestones for killings, 5 top records that were set are tied just last year. It's terrible every morning to get up and have to go look at the numbers and then look at the news and see stories. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, and this needs to stop. Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney said after his city surpassed its annual homicide record of 500, which stood since 1990. And this is pretty much all orchestrated, by the way that they're defunding police, and by the way with these whole M dates with the Jim Jones juice. So a lot of cops are don't even want to be on the force, man. Okay, they're overworked. Their lives are in danger. They're not appreciated with this whole, Black Lives Matter situation. So a lot of cops, you know, they don't have the desire. A lot of people don't want to be cops nowadays, man. Okay, so they're understaffed. So there's not enough cops to respond, and then they have to choose which calls are more important to respond to. So this is all pretty much orchestrated to bring more chaos in these cities, and it's going to increase. Okay, because the elites have a doctrine called RAWCHAA, which they believe they could bring order through chaos. Okay, which is why they believe that they're going to come out of the deep underground military bases, the caves, the bunkers after the nukes destroy everything. Okay, this is Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And circumspectly meaning you're looking about. All right, you're watching yourself. You're paying attention to yourself. You're watching where you're going. You're watching your surroundings. You're paying attention to others, man. Okay, and this could mean while you're at home. All right, maybe you live with others. What I'm saying. The scripture says a man's foe shall be on their household. So you got to watch the people you live with. You got to watch people you work with. You got to watch what you say to people. Okay, because we're in some very harsh, savage, troublesome times. It says redeeming the time because the days are evil. So we're in some very evil days. Suicide is up, murder, suicides is up, homicide, rapings, manslaughter, everything is up all across the board. Okay, because people are starting to feel the inflation, man. Okay, the shortages are affecting people. The labor shortages, everything is affected right now, man. Okay, so what are people going to resort to? They're going to resort to crime, right? It says the 12 cities that we have already established brand new records in 2021 are Philadelphia, St. Paul, Portland, Indianapolis, Tucson, Louisville, Toledo, Baton Rouge, Austin, Columbus, Rochester, and Albuquerque. Okay, and Rochester, that's up here in upstate New York, man. Okay, and just earlier this summer, they said that it was worse than Chicago out here, man. Okay, so you got these young dummies. They're trying to compete with the killings in Chicago. Okay, and with more than half of December still remaining, more cities will be joining the list by the time the year is finally over. Yeah, people gonna get killed on Christmas, New Year's. Hell, this is a very high depressing season for people of the world, especially men. Like you had that man that offed himself, his baby mama, and his ex-wife. Because he said he didn't have no family, so it's a very depressing time of year. Okay. In Los Angeles, violent crimes are going up so fast that it is difficult to believe that the figures are actually real. The LAPD reports that in the first 24 weeks of 2021, reports of shots fired were up 48%. The number of people wounded by gun violence was up 50%, and homicides were up 26%. The environment in the city has completely changed. During a recent television interview, the head of the LA Police Protective League warned tourists not to come in the city this holiday season. My message to anyone thinking about coming to LA, especially during the holiday season, is don't. Jamie McBride, the head of the LA Police Protective League, the union representing LAPD officers, said in a television interview. All right. What a thing to say. McBride went on to compare the current conditions in LA to the purge. Okay. The purge is coming to the streets of America, man. Okay. A lot of you people going to die. If you don't die from the famine, okay, you might get taken to a concentration camps because martial law will be declared. Whether it's martial law, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be declared. You see? This is Jeremiah 15. See, judgment must come. This is Jeremiah 15:1. Then said YAHAWAH BAHASHAM unto me, Though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people, right? Because our people are very rebellious. They're very stubborn. You know, they're very self-willed. And they don't want to adhere to the order, to the law, statutes, and judgments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They don't want to confess their faults and return back up to him. They rather stay in idolatry. They rather stay, you know, pleasing their own flesh, doing what they think is right. Okay? So it says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus said Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, such as for death to death. So that's judgment. You know, people getting shot. I saw an article out here, you know, for Thanksgiving. You know, a guy got caught up in a drive-by on the way home from Thanksgiving. Somewhere else in America, a guy was actually having Thanksgiving in the house with his family and got hit by a stray bullet. You see? So we're in a time of extreme judgment. Okay, spirits created for vengeance. It says, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, because guess what? All of these shortages are leading to famines. There will be major starvation out here, man. Okay, this recent tornado that hit. All right, check this out. This is from strangesounds.org. It says, expect food price inflation skyrocketing in the U.S. after chickens, tractors, and grain silos were destroyed by deadly U.S. tornadoes. You see? So the food price inflation, you know, ultimately this is also going to lead and help fuel the fire or fan the fire of the famine, man. Which a famine is the scarcity of food. Okay? A lot of people in America are already struggling to eat, man. They rely on food banks. Guess what? Those are going to run dry. Okay? And such as for the captivity, That's right, the captivity, meaning what? They're going to be in the concentration camp. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, right? The sword to slay, whether you die through gun violence, so-called black-on-black crime, where you die through getting shot by the police, the Civil War, racial tension, uprising, whether you're trying to loot, okay, martial law, the UN troops, or the nukes, man, okay? And the dogs to tear, right, because these wild beasts, what they're doing is, you know, they're going to, well, they're already doing it. They're injecting these animals with the Jim Jones juice. So we're going to see how that's going to affect these animals and their DNA. Because it also shows you on different movies, like this newest one with Batista on Netflix. I believe, I forget the name of it, but it's about, you know, they go to Vegas. They want to break in the vault to get the money. They show you a zombie tiger, I believe. Okay. You got Resident Evil. They show you zombie dogs. You see? It says newly created creatures in the book of Sirach. But, you know, either way, the animals are going to get out the zoo. Okay? You're going to have coyotes, bobcats, jaguars, wolves, bears. Okay? And the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. So great judgment is getting ready to come upon the wicked of our people, says 2/3, and not only that, but all of you people that are not part of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's chosen. Okay, because through all of this, the elect of Israel will be protected. Okay, now don't get it twisted. You know, some of the elect members may have to be a martyr. Okay, get beheaded because the servant is not greater than his master. But hey, the dead in Yahawashi shall rise first, so it don't really matter, man. Okay, this is Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, right? You're gonna have more road rage incidents, okay, because these people are all juiced up and they drive like maniacs. You're gonna have more car accidents. Hell, you're gonna have more people like that Jake, the off his ex-wife and baby moms, man. Okay, it's gonna be a bad time, especially for women and children. It said it's going to be so bad that men shall be afraid. Okay, and women rely on men to protect and provide for them. It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, in the time of destruction they pour out their force, and they appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, fire and hell and famine and death all of these were created for vengeance, right? We're living in the days of vengeance. Okay, so all these people that died this year, all these rappers and everything, like the most recent guy is Slim 400 and Young Dolph. Hey, that's the vengeance of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Okay, because it tells you in Proverbs that life and death are in the power of the tongue, right? And what do these niggas speak? They speak adultery. They speak murdering their own people, killing, robbing, stealing, selling drugs. They're witches, they're warlocks, they're demons. Okay, so what they're speaking for other people to indulge in while they enjoy a lavish life shitting on people, they're now starting to die. So, hey, call Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. It's beautiful. Very beautiful times that we're in. Okay? And we're excited, man. You should be excited. I hear brothers, apostles say that all the time. You should be on fire. You should be excited. All right? Many great miseries. A lot of people getting ready to lose their loved ones, because winter is here. You got to remember, a lot of people took this juice. People just going to start dropping, man, unexpectedly. Okay? This is 2nd Esdras 15. And 14, it says, woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Now, let me see. I had this other article. Let me see if I can find it. Because another thing you have right now is what these jakes are doing is they're looting. They're running up in these different stores, Home Depot, Louis Vuitton, all over the country. So you can expect vigilante, people or militias, group of vigilante militias to rise up and take matters in their own hands. Okay, this is from allnewspipeline.com. It says, with all the violence, looting, and killing in U.S. cities, disgusted citizens will take the law into their own hands. So just like those rogue Edomites or vigilante Edomites shot Ahmaud Arbery because they suspected him of doing something he shouldn't have been down there in Georgia. Well, the same thing is going to happen, man. Okay? And that's when people are getting up to stand and ready, to fight against another with swords. Disgusted citizens will take the law into their own hands. It's happened since the beginning of time. Count on it happening in America. Okay? Because these Edomites are on edge and they're looking for a reason to execute you. All right? It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, whether it be different militias, different races, different militaries, all right, people who voted for different presidents, political parties, leftists, Democrat, Republican. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men. And there's a lot of sedition. A lot of people are rising up against this government. A lot of people are rebelling against the Jews. It says, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? Any people with some sort of, political, military, police, sort of position of power, mayor, governor, chief of police, all of that. People ain't gonna care about that shit. The president on the TV, okay? People gonna do what they need to do to survive, and you best believe it's gonna be the survival of the fittest out here, okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? And this explains that too, because what did the guy say? He said, man, don't come out here because we won't be able to protect you. I'll read it again. My message to anyone thinking about coming to LA, especially during the holiday season, is don't. The head of LA Police Chief Protective Lead, the union representing LAPD officers, said in a television interview. Okay, so you may not be able to go to a city because of the danger. Another thing it showed you on that movie with Batista is how they had to quarantine Las Vegas because of the zombie outbreak. So it's gonna you don't know why you won't be able to go into a city. You just ain't gonna be able to go, whether it be through a blockade, through a besiege, whether it's surrounded, whether the shit is nuked, it's just not there no more, right? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid, right? Because of pride. Okay, and pride has, pride has the minds of these women puffed up. Social media, likes, sliding in the DMs, down in the DMs, you know, um, alphabet pride parades. People are very prideful in this country, okay? But because of their pride, the Most High is going to bring these people to their knees. He's going to humble them, man, through a visitation, okay? You saw what happened with all these whirlwinds across the country, man, okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So you're going to have a lot of home invasions. You'll have a lot of kick those, okay? People going to get what their neighbor got. Let me see if it's a little more. If not, I'll just close it. It says, we can't guarantee your safety. It is really out of control. I said it to people before. It's like that movie Purge. Instead of 24 hours to commit your crime, these people have 365 days to commit whatever crime they want. All right? Wow. This isn't some random guy on the internet saying this. This is the head of the union that represents police officers in Los Angeles. It says crime is so out of control in LA that even people that don't like guns are arming themselves. The following comes from a New York Post article entitled, Beverly Hills residents arming themselves with guns in the wake of violence. Okay, now we're not telling you to stockpile guns, ammo, gold, silver. Okay, but don't get me wrong, you're not going off if you have these things or may get them. But you have to understand that, gold and silver ain't going to be able to deliver you in the day of YAHAWASHI. And even King David said, I would not trust in my bow, for neither would my sword save thee. Okay, so we don't put our trust in guns. Okay, your trust has to be in YAHAWASHI. You have to believe. Okay. This is Psalms 44. And 4, thou art my king, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, command deliverances for Jacob. Right, Tazawah HaTazayim. That's how you would say it in the Lashwan Kodash, the Hebrew. Command deliverances, Babakashah. Okay? Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save thee. So a lot of these people, they're going to put their trust in their guns, and that's going to fail them. Okay, because at the end of the day, you need Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for that divine intervention. Because what's happening, this man, he's talking about killer robots, et cetera, et cetera. So it's literally going to be nonstop terror from every side. Okay, and actually that's in 2nd Ezra 16. Let me see. This is Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Okay, so the Most High could literally have your ass flee from a lion and run into a bear, because these animals are going to be out here. Or it could be parabolic. You could be running from a pack of cannibals, and you could run, and you could run straight into people trying to take your ass to a concentration camp and torture you. Okay, or went into the house and leaned his hand on a wall, and a serpent bit. Or you may do find shelter. It might be zombies or newly created creatures in that shelter. You see? Or people looking to trying to do all sorts of sick shit to you, man. All right? Shall not the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Right? Dark times are ahead. All right? The Most High is getting ready to put out the candle of the wicked. Okay, very beautiful, man. Very beautiful times that we're in. You know, as believers, we shouldn't let this fear us, you know, but excite us, because at the end of the day, we're walking by faith and not by sight. You see, this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with a child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay, I'm just give one more and I'll close it, because, you know, the Most High will protect, man. You know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM willing, we part that number. The Most High is going to take care of us. Okay, we're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to laugh at these people. All right, this is Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in the 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And then that's how the elect are going to get delivered out of here, through the chariots of Israel, which are what the world calls UFOs, which there's a very significant increase in the sightings, okay, because the Lord is making a visitation. Okay, it says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword, meaning the elect are going to eat, they're going to drink, they're going to be taken care of, man. Okay, and in war from the power of the sword, meaning the Lord's going to, you know, whether he gives you spiritual power, or he sends the angels to protect you, or he hides you, you know, the Most High is going to make it to where you escape death. You know, escape the troops, escape the militias. You know, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it comes, right? We're not going to be afraid of this when it comes, because we know, because we see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is YAHAWASHI. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, and neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, right? Because the Lord's going to have a spirit on these animals, these beasts, to be at peace with us, just as Daniel in the lion's den. Okay, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Okay, so with that, man, stay strong, repent. The kingdom of heaven is definitely at hand. You know, I pray that this was edifying and comforting. Call halalyam la, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto apostles and elders of Great Millstone. SHALAWAAM, CHASAADYAM, Barakyam. Peace, mercy, and blessing to the elect. SHALAWAAM.